All right, guys, this is Emmett Stallworth again, the Alpha Builder. Guys, let's talk about quotes for a second here, guys. Let's talk about getting quotes, um, estimating, just a couple of little pointers that I can kind of let you guys know when you actually getting your quote. Some of the things I think you should and shouldn't do. But guys, if you're doing new construction, or additions, new construction and additions is kind of one and the same. They're the same thing. They're very similar. But guys, if you're doing those two items, if you are a savvy builder, man, you shouldn't be getting quotes from subcontractors. You should only be getting quotes from MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. Everything else, guys, if it's new construction, you got a set of plans. If it's addition, you got a set of plans. So what you want to do is you should know the cost. You should have an algorithm as to how you're going to charge or how the charges are going to be. You shouldn't have to go to a subcontractor and say, well, how much would it be for you to frame my house? No, you can calculate that because he's going to give you a cost, what he framed per square footage. He should be able to give you that. He shouldn't, and see, here's the thing, guys. If you are that builder and you always go on to your subcontractors asking them for quotes on everything, and you're not having a systematic algorithm set up to how you calculate their costs, you're making it hard on builders like me. Because now I have to engage with that same subcontractor, and he's going to do me the same way he did you. He's going to want to go out there and just look at it and say, oh, it's going to be about this much. And when they do that, when they say, oh, it's going to be about this much, what they're actually doing is they're putting buffer on top of what you do. So they putting their own buffer on top of it to make sure that they charge enough. Now, I can assure you that those guys have an algorithm. They can look at the plans and say, okay, I'm going to charge this much per square foot. And then this is what you're doing. You're allowing these guys to bump it up a little bit more because you let them come out there and do a quote for you. I mean, this is what you're doing, guys. So don't expect you're a subcontractor. I just got finished talking to a builder the other day, and he was like, man, how would, I got 3 quotes, and this right here quote is this right here. This was an addition. I said, man, why are you even doing that, man? Why are you even giving these guys a set of plans and say and give you a quote? You can calculate for a framer. You can calculate what those guys should get anyway. That's your job. You find out what he charged per square foot. You find out everything that he charged for. It may be cheaper on the porches than it is in the regular heat and cool. But you need to figure that out. Quit being lazy, builders. This is what's happening. And so you need to figure that out for them. And once you figure it up, now there are going to be some people that you can't do that with, i.e. MEPs, mechanical, electrical, plumbers. And still too, they still going to have an algorithm too, because plumbers are going to charge you a certain amount of dollars per fixture that you install. So you can kind of have an idea there. Electricians, they're going to charge you by the square foot. HVAC, mechanical guys, they're going to charge you by square foot. Now, the one guy that you're going to be kind of shaky on, is going to be your excavator. The guy who's doing the excavation on that site, you just, in most cases, he should have an algorithm. Yeah, he should have an algorithm because but the problem is you have to calculate the amount of cubic volumes, the cubic yards of volume that he's going to move from that site. And that'll kind of give you an idea. And then you got to know how much that bucket is. Now, he's going to have to get out there and give you a quote. Now, when you're dealing with those guys, what you want to make sure is that, and this could help or hurt you guys. Most of those guys are going to want to know what you got into it. That's what they're going to ask you. How much you got in this job right here? And so that's kind of a tricky line, guys. That's a kind of it puts you in a pickle because now if you've been dealing with them as long as I've been dealing with them, I could probably tell them how much I got into it. But the reason they're asking you how much you got on this job He know you quoted it. He wants to know how much you got on this job because he's not going to leave any money on the table. That's what he's going to do. He or she, whoever it is, they're just not going to leave no money on the table. So if you tell them you got $15,000 on this job, they're going to make sure they're going to sit out there and move dirt around until they run it up to $15,000. This is just the game that we're in, guys. And you know something else? On the excavators, they already know you got the money because they're the first ones on the job and you just got that bank loan. So they already know you. They know you got the money. And they got enough time to put a lien on the property and make you get them paid. They're going to get paid. Or, sometimes when they say how much you got into it, if they've been knowing you a while, you've been doing a lot of work or giving them a lot of work. In some cases, man, these guys use that to say, hey, like, I can help you out on this right here. They'll tell you, hey man, you need to add another $2,000 or $3,000 more on that one right there. But this is how this thing works, guys. So you have to understand that, guys, as a builder, you have to have that estimate stuff figured out, man. You got to be able to sit down. In most cases, guys, builders hire estimators that just work exclusively for them. They just sit down all day and calculate things. Now, the key with the excavator, what makes a really good excavator, I'm sorry, I'm getting out here. An estimator, the key with a really good estimator, guys, what makes a really good estimator is his knowledge of construction. And the reason that's important is because, some things when you're calculating on paper, it don't necessarily match up 100%. I mean, it should, but it doesn't match up 100% with real life. Like silk fence. Guys, you get your silk fence out here. It doesn't, yeah, we have a certain amount of linear feet of silk fence we got to use. And there's an algorithm on that. It's probably about $7 a foot to put Class A silk fence up, guys. But if the silk fence fail, I got to send these guys back out here to fix the silk fence. This ain't the kind of silk fence. And guys, I don't give a dog on what you do on the construction site. In most cases, man, you don't want to come. You as the builder won't have to come out here and try to fix things. And if you find yourself as the general contractor, the builder, out here doing a lot of this little small stuff, it's gonna bind you down where you won't be able to do anything. It's just too many moving pieces in construction today, and too much red tape is going on with the local municipalities and the banks and the lawyers and the homeowners. There's just so much red. You can't as a builder. Back in the day, builders used to get out here and do that stuff. You can't do that today, man. It's too much. It's too much for you to do, man. You lose your mind. And you got to have a really good way to track that stuff, i.e. Octane software. You need to have software to help you out, guys. But guys, estimate. Let's kind of go back over this right here, guys. New construction and additions. I didn't say remodels. New construction and additions. With the exception of mechanical, electrical, plumbers. Guys, you got to have an algorithm set up for each category. You got to know what these guys are charging. You shouldn't be calling your framer and telling you 2 or 3 framers to come out here and get quotes. Not only that, man, when you got 2 or 3 framers, let's just say, for instance, you want to see how much it's going to cost. You want everybody to quote it on the framing part. Now you got 2 or 3 guys coming out here. Now you got to wait on 2 or 3 guys to send you numbers back so that you can get that put into your quote. They're killing your time. So these are some things that you guys got to really, really focus. I mean, so with that, you want to make sure that you get a quote from your mechanical, electrical, plumbers. You may want to get a quote from that, but you still should have somewhat of an estimate algorithm set up on those guys as well. You should be able to figure out what those guys should be able to cost, what pretty much what their cost is going to be without having to send something off to them. They look at your plans, they do all that. You should be able to have that figured out with them too. Now, every once in a while, you need to shop those guys. You need to shop them. You don't want to be paying luxury taxes on your subcontractors. So you got to shop them. You got to send your quote. You got to send your plans out to somebody else on the MEPs just to get a second opinion and make sure that guy's treating you right. He ain't just bumping costs up. He ain't just got his cost so elevated until he's not competitive with the other guys. So you got to shop these guys every once in a while. But that's what you need to do, guys. Don't rely on these guys to give you quotes, man. And guys, you got to be careful when you deal with some of these contractors and they come in here and they ask you, well, what do you got into it? How much you got for this particular job? Either they're too lazy to figure it up or they're trying to make sure they don't leave any money on the table. All right, let me know what you guys think. And guys, I got a lot of people coming to the channel, but just do something simple like a thumbs up or something like that, man. Now subscribe. Help this channel out, man. We got to get these builders on point. Like, share, subscribe, and guys, this is the way.